Hello. Welcome to the show. Hey. Welcome to What's Subbuteo show with myself, Watsy, a good friend there, Martin O'Bradley. National Book Week. Reading a little book.
You're mad for the
Real. How are you keeping?
All good.
Hey, do you know what I'm reading? It's called The Rules. It's the rules of cycling, right? And then it got me thinking, someone should produce a book about the rules of Subbuteo. Now, it's not, you can't flick with your left hand if you're using your right hand. Not like that. It's like unwritten rules of cycling. So it'd be like unwritten rules of Subbuteo, like you don't hump the table when you score.
That's a fucking. You're allowed to hump the table if you score a table where they hump and goal.
It's not nice to jump and celebrate and scream when you score. That'd be another rule. It'd be rule 2.
I don't do that. You do that.
That's what I think anyway. The rules. Someone write the book. Anyway, this week's show is sponsored by SA Bases. Obviously, Big G has sent us the pitch.
Oh,
What is? Came. Set the
the
photos up last week, but it's here. The pitch, the muddy pitch is here. Just throw it here.
You're going to stand up. Can't they see it? Can't see it.
That's there. It's there. Obviously, the winner of the Pass Points of October will win that pitch. And Barry is sorting out Stephen Gorman for the Red Hamper. Since it's National Book Week, we'd like to ask one person who is actually writing a book what his favourite book is. So here is Derek Gare with his favourite book.
Okay, Derek here of Finger Flicking Good podcast. Lawrence and Martin have asked me to send a video of my favourite book, and my favourite book is this one, The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin. I first read this book when I was 19, and it's remained my favourite book ever since. It totally changed my life. Up until then, I'd been a bit of a liberal wet wipe. After that, I became a committed anarchist. And anyone who reads the book will marvel at the simplicity of Shevek's planet and the fact that they live a much simpler but essentially happier life than the people that live on the capitalist hellhole that he visits to pick up his prize. I don't know how many copies of this book I've given away over the years. People used to joke with me, why do you give so many copies away? And I say, well, I'm trying to build a world one anarchist at a time. And as you can see, I'm not succeeding very well. I would implore people to read this. Don't read it as some would say as an allegory of the American Cuba situation. It's not. There are similarities, but it's just an alternative piece of science fiction that shows us what humanity could be and what a great human society could look like if we were all just equal. Okay, hope this is okay, boys. Speak to you soon.
Very good there.
Martin Oak. I am watching the Scottish YouTube channel, Subbuteo channel.
My new jam.
This week.
That's my new jam.
It's amazing. I'm watching Gladman against Smith in the second half. Smith beat them 1-0. I missed the goal.
God, I missed 3 goals. I'm watching Chris Thomas and Chris Short. It is Scotland's flicking awesome.
Scotland's flicking awesome. It's
on
Chad
YouTube.
Wright. Chad Wright that does the recording and editing. All it's fantastic.
Brilliant.
Now, the last time I checked, they only had 17 subscribers. So here is their page. Give it a wee follow. Subscribe. Watch the show. Share it. It's great. It's fantastic. Also, I have another video from last week's show. A video from our good friend David Hunter, who has kindly sent me an apology video. So here is Dave Hunter with his apology.
Hello, fellas. I just wanted to release an official apology to Watsy, and I bow down to his superior knowledge of Sooty and Sweep. So, I'm sorry, Watsy. Take care, boys. Hopefully see you soon.
Thank you, Dave, for the apology. Sooty and Sweep had a van. Martin Bradley, I await your apology.
I'm no Dave to suck up, save Hunter. You get no fucking apology off me. You're fucking expert in Sooty and Sweep. Nah.
So no apology.
Even a broke clock can be right twice a day, Lawrence.
Even a what? A broke clock can be right twice a day. You're very good. You're very, very good. Anyway, one person who's never wrong. And you know who's never wrong.
I know who's never wrong.
Who's never wrong?
Baz.
I say.
Hi folks, just another video for the show. It's a really simple one, or you'd like to think it's a wee bit simple, but it's about kickoff, and it's just to explain the sort of situation around the actual flick off itself. So once you've done the coin toss or the choosing which hand the ball's in, and you decide who takes flick off in the first half or whatever, the attacker, which is this team here, will set down their players, and then that's them set. So once the attacker does that, then the defender can change his. The attacker then at that point cannot, once the defender's got all his players in place and knows where he's putting them, the attacker can't move his players. If he moves them, then it's an automatic change of flick to the defensive. So then the red team here will then take a choice. Now that's not massive in the whole scheme of things if you're playing 30 minutes of Subbuteo, but if you're in a 5-minute sudden death, the flick off is really important because you've immediately got possession. The other thing is if the ball always needs to be flicked forward. If it goes backwards at any by this player here, for instance, then the referee will allow you to flick it again. If it then goes backwards the second time, again it's a change of flick off to the opposing player. Also in this situation, when you've got two players, it's important to nominate as well, so that the defender knows which what way you're playing, sort of thing. So you can't sort of set all your players down and then at the very last minute change which one you're doing based on where the defender has placed his men. You need to nominate, whether that is moving him over like that, or I've seen loads of players just going, he's taking it, so that the defender can set up his men, the men accordingly. So yeah, quite a simple one, but certainly that was a new one to me, where I didn't realise that you had to change, if you did something wrong, then it changed the flick off position. So yeah, that's it. Any questions, fire them onto the show. Cheers, bye.
Barry, Martin Bradley, I would like to discuss this briefly. You see it all the time. I do it myself when I'm playing. The attacker will set up, I'll move my defenders, and then he'll move his attackers again, and you can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't
You're
do
never
it.
allowed to do it. You're never allowed to do it.
I know, but it's one of those grey areas where you're not quite, he's moved, I moved.
Black and fucking white. Black and white.
I
The
know.
rule book straight there.
Well,
Grey about it.
Me, you, and Oisin were playing the shed the other night, and what did Oisin do once I set my team up for defence?
Yes, he did.
His attacker.
He did. And you were raging.
The only thing was, Oisin hadn't watched this week's Barry Sez because it's not out yet, and we couldn't pull him on it, so we let him off it. But next week, from next week on, no more.
That's on the bit. So your attacker sets up, and then you set your defence, and then the attacker comes. There shouldn't be no.
I know.
doubt about it.
What did I know? What did I know? I am not Barry. I am not Barry Sez. I do
Much like in a throw-in or a free kick or a corner, the attacker takes his flicks first, then the defender takes their flicks. Same thing.
Well, there you go. Maybe some people didn't know it, so anybody that's starting out may know that rule. There's no rule for them. Right.
If you're starting out, read the book.
I know, but sure, nobody. That's like saying when you buy something new out of an electrical store, read the book. In the bin. Start out.
You void your warranty. If you don't read the book, you void your warranty. Okay. Read the book. Something goes wrong, no warranty.
Yeah, Mr. Captain Sensible. Right, we're going to go for a bit of MySpace this week, and this week we're heading stateside for what could possibly be the greatest MySpace of all time.
There's no possibly about it. This is fucking Mecca. This is fucking Mecca, man.
Right. We'll go watch, and then we'll see what's happening. Go VT.
Come on over the
Hey everyone, this is Paul Eyes from Table Soccer USA, but also Maryland Subbuteo Club, and today, at the request of Lawrence and Martinogue, going to give you a tour of the Shrine to Subbuteo in Maryland, Columbia, Maryland. So let's take a look. Entering right here, this is what we see when we come in through the entrance door, and we come into our main playing area. Yes, surprise, surprise, it is my garage. Not had a car in here for quite some time. Got a bunch of tables stacked over there. This is our kind of main playing area that we have, and some banners. I've been retrofitting some tables recently. So this is our main area. We can have up to 4 tables out when I swing it around. It's a beautiful day outside. We see my work area for Table Soccer USA. And we can use that as a pitch, and also another area where I do some printing right here. Sometimes put a table on that. So nice and cozy, but we've had up to a dozen people in here at any time. And then my wife, who is officially a saint, she does also let us play inside the house even on occasion. So let's take a look at some of the specifics here. Again, a lovely late fall morning here in Maryland, and going to go over to a couple of the areas of interest. I am a big Man City fan, if you didn't know that, so definitely a little bit of a soccer theme, as you would think in such a place. And we've got a chart here of the Subbuteo colors. I'm very much a fan of the traditional Subbuteo, and I think that was from the gentleman from Leicester, the very good painter, of course. Pitches, of course, and I have a storage facility for pitches. We have our banners, another workshop area here, and I have in the back some memorabilia of the game, some things from me playing, but also some small pieces of the game going back to the 1950s even, old catalogs, etc., parts of my stadium, and Manchester City heavyweight team there. I started playing with the heavyweight teams, and this is a team box from Spain right there. And let's see, I've got, and oh yes, of course, the Undertones. I don't know, Lawrence and Martinogue, if you've heard of those, but they had a very big song that mentioned Subbuteo. Little theme for Manchester City there. And up above that, I have my stadium, which I do bring down, and I have it kind of up on the top layers here. I do bring down and kind of construct around Christmas time, a little bit of a quieter time at home with the family, not really playing so much at that time. And then I sometimes set it up, just take some pictures. And actually on my box set that I offer here for a table soccer set, I have a picture of my stadium set up. That's the theme for that. So other supplies here, just a workshop area, very important. A fridge with beer and other beverages. We no expense spared there. Prefer other people bring the beer, but it's all good. And then we get to the main area. These 2 tables probably see most of the play. We host we've had anywhere from 2 to 10 to 12 people on any club night, and then we have tournaments in the area. Typically reach like 25, and we're looking like maybe 30 for the upcoming holiday silver, which is going to be great. So I made a change in the last year or so where I created this photo wall. Been very popular. I love it. and it's a company called Mixtiles here in the USA that makes these adhesive pictures, and easy to go through my catalog. Love this picture here of Dan. I think he's probably like 13 there. I was still beating him like a rented mule at this stage. And occasionally when I try, I do the same. But I remember that. My good friend Greg Denhardt here, I could stop at every picture pretty much on here. So got some logos. I try to have pictures of people who've been here, and if we don't have a picture up there, we'll do our best to get it up for you. But we've had a lot of visitors, which I'll get to in a moment. Sometimes through the TV here, we actually do put some scores on there or watch a game while we're playing. So continuing on with the wall of photographs, then we get to the wall itself. And this is a wall, I don't know how it really started. It's just kind of organic. We started with this one area just to kind of create a space for playing Subbuteo, and I made this wall, and then I thought I'd call it very creatively the wall, and then it just evolved into when people played a game or scored a goal, because sometimes I have kids come over, little kids, and they'll score a goal, then have them sign the wall. I haven't counted the number of signatures on here, but it's got to be in the hundreds now. So I'll do a little pan here. Some people I know may be looking for their name on the wall. So it's down here. We have people coming from around the world, world champions. Wolfgang Haas was a world junior champion and still a top player, as we know. Elliot Kennedy from Australia. We've had the guys from Malta, Belgium. Boy, I know I'm missing a lot of people, but it's just been a blast, and people sometimes work it in for a trip to come and play here in Columbia, Maryland. We're between DC and Baltimore, if you want to come and play with us. And trophies up at the top, including some national trophies and things that we have won as a group or myself individually. And come in around some banners that I have for our tournaments. And finally, kind of a planning area for my business. And then we have a little sign up at the top. I gave this idea to Anfield. I call it "This is the Shrine," and Liverpool took it, but you kind of touch there as you come in, and then you're ready to play some Subbuteo. So hope you enjoyed this. I hope you come and visit me soon here in Columbia, Maryland. We have our traditional holiday silver tournament that is always the first weekend in December. It's a huge fixture, if I may say so myself, in the US Subbuteo calendar. We just love having people come over, new people all the time, and it's just been an absolute pleasure, and kind of crazy, but you got to have a little crazy in your life. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you here soon.
Mm-hmm.
Always. Bradley, how much is the flights? Did you check the flights?
They're not mad. Did I check the flights? They're not mad. You'd be in New York City and back, £350. Train up to Columbia. Where is it?
Columbia, you said?
Columbia, Maryland. I fucking love Paul Ice.
He's a legend.
God among men, isn't he? What about the shrine? Hey,
that shrine's like a fucking. It's like walking on the set of Friends. The way it's all lit up and different
behind the
sections.
scenes.
You need to get that fucking wall of shame built in your place.
I'm not even going to take a photograph in the shade anymore. There's no comparison. You may you may fucking cancel MySpace now. It's peaked.
That's it. Nobody can beat that.
Peaked. It's all downhill. Shows your shade. Shade. Shows your garage. Shade.
Is it the shrine? No, fuck off.
Nah, shade.
Right, enough of the shrine. Let's go over to fantasy football.
Was there no football matches on last week?
Bradley, there was no football matches on last week, so there's no update to the fantasy.
Why was there no football matches on?
Internationals. Your lovely Republic of Ireland got hammered by Greece. Anyway, that's what I'm going to say. Owen done a little predictions last week on his 1 hot minute, and I have them here. and I have Owen's prediction and the actual match result. So here is how he done. So for England, Australia, he said 2-0. It was 1-0 to England. Unlucky Owen, 1 goal out. For England, Italy, he said 1 each. Fucking 3-1 to England. Humped them.
That goal Harry Kane scored was a cracker. I thought, look at that bastard, but it was a cracking goal.
Good goal.
They fell and he got up off his feet. Put the ball
Scotland,
past him.
Scotland and Spain. Now here's a controversial one. He had Scotland to be beat 2-1. Scotland lost 2-0, but fucking Scott McTominay scored a wonder free kick for Scotland, and it was disallowed for absolutely no reason. First they said it was offside, and then they realised it wasn't offside. They said there was a foul, and I don't know. Well, he would have been right, but he was wrong. And then he said Scotland would lose 1-0 to France. They lost 4-1. Wales, Croatia, he called it 1 each. Wales beat them 2-1. Well done, Wales. Republic of Ireland, he said 2-1 to Republic of Ireland. Humped 2-0 by Greece. He said 3-0 against Gibraltar to Republic of Ireland. Republic of Ireland won 4-0. Yeah, he got one. He got one right. Northern Ireland, San Marino, he said would be 3-0, and it was 3-0 to Northern Ireland. And then he said Northern Ireland would beat Slovenia 2-1, and they could beat 1-0. So one wrong, or one right out of them all. Close and something.
Very good. That's not very good. Give him the Scotland one. Give him the Scotland one. Give him the Scotland one.
I think he should get the Scotland one. Definitely should. But we're going to see what he has to say for this week's fantasy football pick. So here's Owen with 1 hot minute.
I was too hot, baby. I'm too hot to handle. I was too hot. I'm too hot to handle.
Hello guys, and welcome to my Oystervations for Week 9 of Fantasy Football League. A lot of players are getting injured at this time of the year. I've already used up my wild card. 4 players injured at the minute, so I've got them all on the bench. Hopefully the rest can do well. In goal, I'd recommend Matt Turner of Nottingham Forest. At home to Luton Town, Luton have failed to score in their last 3 away matches. Secondly, Pedro Porro, Tottenham defender, has a good chance of playing with Romero being injured. At home to Fulham, not only is he a good defender, he's also capable of assists. Another defender is Konstantinos Tsimikas of Liverpool, a top scorer when he plays. He doesn't very often play, but he will this week with Andy Robertson being out injured. Next we move on to Pedro Neto of Wolves, high scoring midfielder. Easy matchup this week away to Bournemouth, who always concede a lot of fantasy points. Another midfielder to look out for this week is Bruno Fernandes of Manchester United. Always a good scorer against the weaker teams in the league. This week he's facing Sheffield United. And finally, Dominic Solanke of Bournemouth. A cheap option up front, playing against Wolves, who also concede a lot of fantasy points. That's it for this week. See you soon.
I thought there was no football on. I thought there was no football on.
There's what?
I thought there was no football on.
It's on this weekend again. Does that make sense?
Oh, what? How can they do the 1 half minute if there's no football on?
He's telling you who to pick this team this week for your team for this week's matches. I don't know.
Yeah, it's for what's coming up.
Yes,
That's fair.
Yes. You see?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Right.
It's a think a man's game.
Do you want to introduce our guest?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Ireland's only Englishman, Tralee and Munster's creator, the one, the only, Mr. Dave Elton.
Welcome, Dave. Dave Elton, how are you, mate?
Start again.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good to see you, Dave.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Dave, before we get into the huge interview,
yeah,
you're coming to Derry this weekend. You're coming to play the final round of the All Ireland Championship.
That's right.
It's not. Where's it coming to play?
You what?
What's it coming to play?
The Irish Championship.
The fifth round.
Fifth
Fifth
round.
round
Thank
of
you
the
very much,
Irish
Dave.
Championship.
The fifth round, yeah.
It's,
Something I'm looking forward to. I've never actually been to Derry before. So, I've been close. No, I've been close to it. I was in kind of Letterkenny a couple of times. So it's only you just turn left, turn right, and then you're kind of in Derry. So I'm looking forward to it. One or two other things planned aside from the Subbuteo and Ulster Fry. Get one of them down my neck.
definitely.
Brandywell, hopefully on Friday. That's the plan.
Magic.
It's where I've always wanted to go. So this is a great chance. I think they're playing Shells.
Look, don't be having too many. Don't be getting hyped about it. It's not as mega as it looks.
Something. I remember. It must have been back in the 80s. So when they kind of rejoined. Well, they went into the League of Ireland. I remember seeing a program about it. And it really kind of struck a chord there, like the energy and the effort that went into, getting them back up and running and to get into that. And, so I thought, it'd be, a great place to visit at some stage. I know it's not a great big stadium or anything like that, but, there's a lot of passion there, isn't there,
Excuse me, it's the largest soccer stadium in the whole of Derry.
Yeah, in Derry, yeah.
Fuck.
Sure it is.
The atmosphere, Dave, would have been electric coming Friday night when you come, but only Derry done what Martin would describe as a shit the bed. They had a chance of winning the league, they shit the bed, so the crowd's not going to be as big, the atmosphere won't be as big, but you'll still enjoy the game.
Absolutely.
They'll probably compete 1-0.
Is it still used as a greyhound track as well?
No, they kicked them out and put them in a field beside it.
Oh,
they're next door. They're not round the pitch anymore. They're next door.
All right, yeah, okay. So it's a proper.
It's a nice.
I'll have you know that the great Eusebio did his morning training around that greyhound track when they were playing over here.
Yeah, well, where else would he go? But didn't Brian Clough have the Forest side training on an island in like a small traffic island in Madrid before the European Cup final there in, was it 79, 80, something like that?
Yeah, Clough would know what he was doing.
Yeah, but well, I think he was putting Peter Shilton through his paces like that, So kind of it grounds these guys and.
Definitely does. If anyone knows what he's doing, it's Brian Clough. Dave, the game down south. Wait, when we say down south, you're right down the bottom of Ireland. You're down in Kerry. You've revived the game down there. You've made that connection from Derry to Belfast to Dublin. Now you're in deep south of Ireland. So, what got you back into the game, or what sparked your interest?
Recently, you mean, last couple of years? I suppose like a lot of people, kind of lockdown. I've been watching little bits of sort of videos. Your big rival over at Table Football Monthly. He had a lot to kind of do with it.
We won the war, Dave.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of looking that way. Yeah, but. So basically, I kind of picked up from where I left off. So primarily, I used to play a little bit with mates, a bit of solo and collecting. So it's kind of revived me. I found all the teams, got them out, and just started kind of collecting again. That kind of got me into painting because. The price. When I started buying teams, they were 50 pence each. Now you're looking at £50 each. So it was it was a lot cheaper to paint. You pick up bargains as well. I kind of got like that. I kind of got into solo. The main reason why I kind of got into solo, sort of joined the international. Solo Subbuteo League was, basically because there's nothing else around here. I didn't know anyone, actually, and I was aware that there was a club in Donegal, but apart from that, I didn't know of anything else. Donegal's 6 hours away. Like, I'm not going to go up there playing. So, I kind of joined that. Got the solo playing. That gets your kind of fingers loose and get you playing, get you connected. And then was about 18 months ago, I decided to go to Dublin and have a crack at the, I think it was their first go at the circuit.
Yeah.
I think Martin was there. There's a couple. Aaron Skinner won it, I think, didn't he?
Yeah. Is that the first weekend you started then?
Yeah. So that was the first one I kind of went to, and so I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I thought, let's kind of crack on with this, newer version of the game. It was it as it's slightly different from like the heavyweights and the lightweights. So let's this is where it's at now. So let's get going. So I'd started like a Facebook group. I think it was called Subbuteo in Ireland, because to be honest, I didn't know that there was any other Subbuteo in Ireland. So let's try and kick some off here again, So I kind of put it to one or two of them. Maybe we could start a club. Something was kind of hatched where we might just have something within Munster, like a roving club. But that never got off the ground. So in the end, I just put a note. I said, look, who wants to kind of start a club? And William Magnus said, yeah, I'm in. So he lives in Cork. So I just took it upon myself. I said, right, I'm going to go out buy a couple of sheets of MDF, get the pitches, get the the wood and whatnot, and let's take it from there.
Yeah.
So kind of built all that. We got a place in the Kerry District League pitches, the hall initially, which is where Kerry FC are playing now. So we, Cian Hogan joined.
Cian.
Thomas O'Flaherty as well. He's from Kerry. But
that's how you pronounce the name.
He spells it in Irish, though. It's hard to read. So when he lives in Carlow, but when he's in Kerry, he'll come and have a game. But he's a guy with a young family. So
had family in Carlow. Is he from Carlow?
He lives in Carlow. I think he's originally from Moyvan, which is kind of in North Kerry, sort of near between Listowel and Tarbert. But the connection is that he knew Cian through cycling, I think.
Yeah.
Thomas is one of these guys that's he's just talented at most things he does. So he had to go at cycling, good at that. I'd say if he got really stuck into the Subbuteo, we'd excel at that as well. But he's just at a stage now where he's got like a 6-month-old toddler, and
yeah, he's not leaving the house anytime soon.
Nah,
at the end of that.
Yeah, so
he's joined the Subbuteo Solo League.
Well, he's one for he's one of the hopes for about 15 to 20 years down the line, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but them in the early days as well. We had a guy called Trevor Askin came down. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's an Irish ex-Irish World Cup player from the 90s.
Okay. The name's been
he's from Limerick, so he was kind of holidaying in Banner, and he come down, and he was pretty good, for someone who hadn't played for 10 years or whatnot. He showed us a few tricks. So that was it. So then it kind of it just gradually built. We kind of moved premises then to the GAA kind of took us under the wing, believe it or not. And
I find that hard to believe.
Well, absolutely, it's kind of funny. Yes, we play in Kerrins O'Reilly's clubhouse, so there'd be one of the one of the 4 main teams in Tralee now. Probably one of the oldest teams.
How many players do you actually get if you have a wee club night?
5. Most nights. So
Decent.
So me and it'd be myself and Kean. There's another guy from Tralee called Greg, but he's kind of dropped off it a little bit. I don't know whether it was kind of the summer, whether he'd get back into it or not. But now we've got 3 boys travelling from Cork, and that's unbelievable stuff, because from Cork City to Tralee, you're talking on a good day about an hour and 45 minutes. So like William's finishing work, he's driving up with Jeff and our new signing. We'll talk about him in a sec. And play Subbuteo. They could be there till 10:30, 11 at night, and then drive home.
Yes.
It's kind of phenomenal, like
It's hard. I mean, at the start we had the likes of Kenny and Barry and Craig Stewart and stuff travelling up from Belfast, and then it was a 2-hour drive each way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fair play to boys. Like when it's an island that's so small and there's not many people playing, if there's someone playing 2 hours away, you'll travel. Like.
Oh, you will. And the reason that I kind of call the club Tralee and Munster was because I wanted it to embrace Munster, but at the same time, if there was, say, enough guys, say, in Cork where they could go off and kind of form their own club. Now, there's 3 of them. Now, it'd be, a travesty to lose them. But, if it means for the greater good, where, we've got to, myself and Kean have got to kind of put our arse into gear and get more people more locally around Kerry, then, so be it. But you've got another club then in Cork,
Yeah.
And on top
There was
of
a boy in Cork. There was a boy in Cork years ago, not that many years ago, mind. Alan Hurley, like an artist, like a street artist or something, and he had been looking to set up a Subbuteo club in Cork, way back, but couldn't get nobody to bite on it, I don't think.
Yeah.
But he would be a man to get in touch with for William and that.
Yeah.
Because he contacted us, didn't he? He contacted us privately about.
He was going to come up. It was organised to come to, I think, the first All Ireland we held way back.
Mm-hmm.
And on happened, then he couldn't come, and then he got a job or something, and he kind of felt aside. He had actually organised in the back of like a games workshop thing. Dungeons and Dragons or Warhammer or something like that there.
Yeah.
They had a space in the back of that.
All right.
Comic shop in the front that they was going to play in.
Yeah.
But couldn't get nobody to bite, never took off.
Okay. So and also as well, like recently got contact there. There's a guy, and he started playing with his nephew, I think, from Waterford. So that's in Munster, although Waterford, from Tralee's bloody 2.5, 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
But that is actually more local, say, to Wexford. Got the moors are there, like So it's kind of it's coming together kind of slow. Yeah. But like the big one for us there is that we got a new guy in. He played for us. He played with us there last week, Mario. So he's from Italy. He's from Naples, and this guy. He's not just Italian. He's actually played for the Azzurri in the World Cup, like So this fella's going to come. He's going to absolutely put a wrecking ball through the Irish Subbuteo scene. Ireland's pro's not going to know what's hit him once he gets the rust off.
These are big accusations, and this is layers.
Hard to put a ding on the big pro.
Yeah.
This is on record.
Yeah, but he came and he hadn't played for a year, and he went through the 4 of us, like 1 or 4 games, 4-12 against none, and he's getting into a role now. But he played for Italy as a youth player there in around 2 World Cups, so I think it's around 2006. I'm not sure when the World Cups happened, but he's playing it down, saying that he's one of the lesser players, but you don't play for Italy unless you've got somewhere about you, like
Dave,
where's he living now, Dave?
Pardon?
Where's he living now?
He lives in Cork.
Oh, he's a Cork man. Very good.
Yeah. So originally, I think you, Martin, had something to do with it as well. Originally last year, he was in Holland. He was playing for a club in Gouda, I think. So Gouda's kind of sort of just north of Rotterdam.
Right.
Yeah, and he was leaving, and I think they put up a kind of a message saying, "Is there any?"
Vincent got in touch with me about him, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he asked Vincent, and Vincent gave him my details. I was chatting to him for a bit.
Yeah, you were, because I look back at the you know, like the Facebook post about it, and you know, you were sort of down on it. So yeah, you know, he's come to Cork. He's lied low for a year now. He's coming out of his box, and he's ready to go. Like, you know.
Well,
Brilliant.
that's me. I'm done. I'm packing up.
Brilliant.
I can't take Italians.
It could be like an Italian priest, man, Father Ted, the football.
Yeah.
The priest football, and the Italian boy come on.
All right.
I see that just stand at the net or something.
Yeah.
Yes,
So you know, us British, Irish boys now in Tralee, we're done in. We're not going to be winning anything of our own tournaments. You know, this Italian boy's now it's going to take over.
You need to get him an Irish passport.
He's going to.
Dave, do you know how you get to play for Italy in the World Cup?
Through being a good player.
Practice.
Yeah, practice. Yeah. And you know, he's he will bring our level up as well, you know, which is what we want, you know.
Keep him keen. Dave, we seen your MySpace last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was on the yeah, that's right. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
Big collection, huge collection. Are you stepping away now from doing the collecting? Are you just going to concentrate on playing solely? Or are you still collecting?
I think the collecting comes in waves. You know, you get an urge to pick stuff up, and you know, you go for it. You know, to be honest, I don't go out, you know, looking for to collect stuff. You know, it kind of comes to me, or you know, I'd keep an eye on one or two things. I don't do eBay anymore because of the extortionate postage costs. But you know, there's one or two apps there, you know, of stuff, you know, locally. And you know, I've picked up a few job lots.
Talk us through the calendar photo for October.
Oh yeah, that happened last year. So what happened was that I was putting you know, like kind of club notes in, you know, like say the local newspaper, and you know, like the newspaper kind of got in touch with us, and a photographer, and all kind of through cycling, he said, come on, you know, I'll take a few photos of you. So we kind of set up the pitch, you know, he's snapping away, and he's there going, yeah,
take your top off.
Yeah. He goes, must be more to this. So he says, shoot, he says, take a shot at the camera. And, you know, see if it's, you know, so he was there snapping away. So, you know, for about 5 minutes, I was chipping the ball up at the camera. He finally got it. And, yeah, you know, it ended up in the calendar. But what that actual piece, do you remember last year then, Subbuteo, it kind of got into the national paper. So
Yeah.
So I think something like the Daily Star and the Daily Mirror saw that in the Kerry's Eye, which is, you know, the paper it was in down here, and they were ringing me, and your man actually started blabbing on to me about the undertones, and he didn't know the connection. He didn't realise the connection. Like, so I kind of told him, I said there is actually an undertones connection in Subbuteo. So he went off and did a piece on that. Then I think. There might have been another piece done in up in the north or something like that. Then Andy Fitzpatrick ended up going on Irish radio, I think, was it?
That's right, even on RTE.
Yeah, the RTE or something like that. Yeah, so
Right,
you know,
the Darcy show? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's the Ray Darcy. Was it radio or television it was on?
Radio.
Yeah,
It was on the radio.
Yes, to be on the radio. Amazing.
Radio show on the island of Ireland.
Yeah, exactly. And it was in 2 parts as well, wasn't it? He was interviewed and then they did a match. So
Yeah,
so that was roughly about a year ago. So that's kind of where being in the calendar can kind of take you and get one of your mates in Dublin on the radio, like, you know.
So it wasn't a nudie calendar.
Well, that's where it ended up. The actual photo was originally in the paper, and the newspaper then picks its best 12 photographs and puts it on the calendar for the following year.
But it's not you lying on top of the Subbuteo table in your underpants.
Nah,
That's next year.
Have you not seen the photo yet? No,
I haven't seen the photo.
No.
It'll be on the screen.
It's on the screen. It's already been on the screen. Yeah.
It's already been on the screen.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Dave, what I want to ask a big question, and it's causing a bit of. This happened a couple of years ago. Bit of a stir. It comes to the time of year where people start talking about the World Cup. We've already had the process ironed out last year for Northern Ireland. It's going to be the team's going to be selected on this year's championship.
yeah.
Which is going to be hard to call because people might be playing next year. But we spoke to Andy about the process for the Republic of Ireland team, and he's saying there's going to be a one-off weekend competition where the best, whoever wins or places, goes to the World Cup.
Okay.
You putting your hat in the ring for the Tunbridge Wales?
Yeah, I'd like to go, but I was asking the question, how many can go. So, I think from the actual competition on the Saturday, it's 4 players, isn't it? I think it's excluding say youth. Daniel and Elliot might be able to go, say, for the youth or the underage, but. There's an open, isn't there, and then there's a veteran. So I think they allow two each from that. Now, personally, when you look at the players around Ireland, I'm going to have to improve humongously to even be in with a chance of that. So, personally, I don't feel I'm good enough to kind of warrant that. Certainly at the moment anyway. In my opinion, they should probably say, who wants to go, and then, maybe have a committee and pick, who they consider to be the best players.
Yeah.
I think, when it was in Rome, it was, it was pretty much who could afford to go, wasn't it, or who wanted to go. Not now with it being in England, it's going to be a bit more of, a few more people wanting to have a crack at it.
I think that's where the problem. I think that's where the problem lies because it's affordable. People are just want to go. I want to go.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But like say for example, you can't exclude say Mark Farrell. He's probably going to be if he wants to go, he's going to be the next man, like, isn't he?
He's Ireland's pro.
He is, yeah. So that's one place taken straight away. There's a few other, if he can't go. Now, would I like to go for 2 days just watching? I'm not so sure I would,
Nah.
Right, I was actually on to Jerry Harrington about that. I put an idea there to him. I said, to go to the World Cup, for 2 days and watch, I don't fancy that at all. I said, but what you could do, or a club in that area, they could put on a tournament, say on the Saturday, maybe call it not the World Cup, and then we could all rock down then on the Sunday and support our team. That'd be kind of palatable, because if you're going to go, you want to play.
I think there is a club had started in Tunbridge Wells, if I'm not mistaken, very very recently.
Yeah, there could be. There's a few. Well, Alan Lees lives in Kent, like, doesn't he? So he can't be too far from Tunbridge Wells. There's a few teams around, but like, say, Jerry's club, Hayvale's probably only an hour and a half or so away. There's a few others. So you don't mind travelling by car. An hour and a half, 2 hours or something. To get to it. But. Yeah, as regards the thing, I think whatever you do, there's going to be some kind of controversy to it anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
personally, I think the North's idea is probably the best. It's kind of.
I think it should be the team that was at the last World Cup. That should be the team, and then if anybody in that team can't go, doesn't want to go, then you should be looking at who's going to fall in.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a fair way of doing it.
No matter how strong a team we send, won the World Cup.
I don't think that's a fair way of doing it, because then you'd be always stuck with the old guard. You're stuck with, it's like people saying, England keep picking the same players for all competitions for their actual football World Cup players. Harry Maguire still gets picked, Calvin Phillips still gets picked, Jordan Henderson still gets picked. They don't give you a chance. Just to say, like, everybody who went to the World Cup is entitled to go to the next one isn't fair, because financial reasons people couldn't go to the last one. Now, I'm just saying this one is going to cause.
Nobody went to
so many
one,
headaches.
as far as I'm aware of, was a millionaire.
Eh?
Or there's nobody, as far as I'm aware, who went to the last one was independently wealthy or a millionaire.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well.
But travelling to the last one doesn't give you a God-given right to be picked for the next one.
I just think that.
I think in reality, like in reality, both the Irish teams, England, Scotland, Wales, they're not going to win it, but you do.
England always think they can win it.
Yeah, but that's.
England have a very good team. No matter what you say, England have a very good team. And they have a massive pool of players in Subbuteo terms. Massive pool of players.
They do. They'd be a good each way bet for the semi-final, in my opinion. But as regards, could they are they good enough to beat Italy?
As long as it doesn't
beat
go to
Greece, that sort of thing. I suppose they're at home, which helps.
If the boys that were in the team, if the big hitters in the team were playing anyway regularly up until going to one of them big events, then there'd be a tight bet. If you look at Casper played in the last World Cup. Casper fucking flicked a ball in like a year, 2 years, and even then you're talking he played Subbuteo once or twice in the last 3 years. Then he goes to the World Cup and he gave a damn good fucking show himself. You know what I mean? But if that cunt was playing week in, week out with that level of players, he'd be fucking well up there. Darren Clark, he's not playing flat out. And if he was, and he was playing so much regularly, he'd be fucking well up there.
Well, sure, in the team event, they had Italy beat. They were beating Italy in the team event in the semi-final, I think it was. And they lost like 1 goal in each match, and they were out.
Yeah.
Changes so quick in the team events, like.
Yeah, but if I suppose if those guys are serious, then that's what they got to do. They got to up the game and they got to start practicing and playing regular. There's what are we talking about? 11 months to the start of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. But
we could have if we had an All Ireland team, you'd have some squad there. You'd have Kenny Bates, you'd have Barry, you'd have Farrell, you'd have every. Do you know what I mean?
No,
it'd be quite the pull they pick for a squad there. And
it'd certainly be a team that would, like you wouldn't want to particularly want to play against them. They'd be.
You'd know you were playing a game if you were playing that crowd.
You'd definitely be in a game. But but when you've got say both countries got the players that are on top of the game. They're pretty good.
Yeah. You're splitting the difference. If you had Beggs and Farrell in the one squad, you put on fucking Steady Eddie Baz in there, and then you're picking somebody else from the rest of the fucking country, along with subs. You'd have
a pretty solid team.
But that's not going to happen, Bradley.
Well, why could it not happen? If it happens in rugby.
Because we live in a divided society on a divided island, Dave. Come on,
As far as I'm aware,
but if you have a United rugby team,
there was discussions years ago about merging the two associations, and it didn't happen.
Doesn't suit everybody.
Doesn't suit, exactly. So what we have to live with. We're going to have a look at Goal of the Week, and we're going to ask Dave to pick the winner. So here is this week's Goal of the Week.
Now I've got a cousin called Kevin.
Not bad. Good. That was nice. It's going. Fucking reach. Doesn't really have space there, does it?
I had a better chance for the other guy, but because of the infringement.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Elton, in your professional Subbuteo position and opinion, could you please pick this week's Goal of the Week?
some 3 excellent goals. I'm going to go for number 1 because Farrell's won frigging everything this year, and he no. In all seriousness, Marks is a great goal, but I like the first one because it was a moving ball. I think moving ball goals are kind of spectacular. Marks is a good kind of long distance shot, but he kind of stopped. He could think about it, and he caught it just right. But for me, the first goal was a lovely moving ball shot, and bang, and it went. And even the second one wasn't a bad goal either, because your man got himself out of a tight position, where there was good defensive play, and he flicked it in over. But number 1.
Fred. Hello, Fred.
Yeah.
We're going to have a quick look at Dave's What's in Your Box. So here is this week's What's in Your Box.
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Right, guys, what's in my box? I'm actually doing this on my Subbuteo table. I'm just kind of renovating a little bit, so there's just kind of I've just trimmed the edges down these 2 sides before we go with the box and kind of painting it. So next job will be to paint the sides. Anyway, onto the box. So actually, what's on the box? Got a pile of stickers here from what I've been collecting over the last year. I must admit, I like the London Road sticker there. That's a nice sticker. So the box is it's a bad boy box from Liverpool's finest, Brian Daly. So yeah, let's get into it. So what's inside? So straight away we've got the old duster, and that was purchased from the Wobbly Hobbly shop. There's a plug for the ISSL Solo Subbuteo as well. Yeah. So inside, what have we got? Teams. This is let's see. Can you see that? Yeah, that's AEK Athens. It's on a WSB base. The Greek, and I bought that from Martin Belfontaine in in Haverhill there in the summer. So actually, these have been my favourite team at the moment. Bases are kind of quite light. I find them nice, kind of easier to control. So that's one of my teams. The other one is they're on a char 4 bases. They're so you can see them there, Chelsea. So I kind of painted them myself. That'd be Chelsea from around 71, 72. So we got the number 7, probably Charlie Cook, I'd say. So yeah, I just find these the char 4 bases a little bit heavy. So in time I'll probably end up replacing them. But yeah, they'll do for the time being. But I've got 3 balls. Another kind of spare ball. Kind of got that one from Terry Harmon, collectibles. Anyone from the 80s would probably recognise that. It was the Football League ball from around 80, 81. Other stuff there, a couple of goalkeepers. It's Peter Bonetti, and yeah, no one special. And looking inside the coin for the toss. There you go, a bit of spare polish there, Donegal Subbuteo polish. Some of our own stickers, a little bit of glue, and a spare Liverpool Subbuteo Club sticker. And the box that Brian made was an Everton FC box there. You can see bad boy boxes. So guys, that is what is in my box, and yep, thank you very much.
Boys, Dave, we'll see you on Saturday. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. Like to thank you, and I'll see you Friday night in the Brandywell.
Okay.
Take care and look after yourself, and
will do.
Traveling up.
Yeah. No, looking forward to seeing you at the weekend. Okay.
Good man, Dave.
Yeah.
Good man, Dave.
All right, guys.
Take care, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Take care. See ya.
Cheers, Dave.
Yeah. All the best.
Oh, that's for you, Dave.
Dave Elton, superstar. Look forward to seeing him at the weekend, Bradley. Great interview.
I know why that's happening to my TV.
For you.
Yeah.
And we're going back to the Scottish YouTube channel. We've Robbed
Scottish flicking. Awesome. Robbed them blind.
We have spoke to Chad, right? And everything's good. We're allowed to share these. So here is this week's Match Edits.
Make you stay. I can't believe it.
Cheers, Chad, for letting us share them. And remember, follow, share, like, whatever you have to do. Let's go for some results. Right, Bradley gives them results. Oh,
Right.
Before you start, I know you don't have them in your results, but a wee shout out to Kevin Cardell. Kevin,
Fantastic.
who was at Chasers at the weekend, last weekend past. Kevin won Chasers, and so did his stepson, Jamie Warren. Well done, Jamie Warren. 2
Well done,
champions.
Jamie Warren.
And now
Both
one
of their
household.
That's all about.
Do you want to sing? Do you want to sing to Kevin? Congratulations. Magic.
Well done.
Super. Give us your result.
I'm only doing one result. And
One
an
result?
announcement. One result. But it's quite special.
What?
It's very special. It concerns a good friend of the show.
Yes.
Good friend of ours, Giant, in the Subbuteo community.
Oh, I know.
A man of
I know who you're going to say.
Man of screen, radio, newspapers, never out of fucking papers, never off a radio. One
Hey?
of the UK's greatest driving instructors. None at all. Big, yeah, 2 bigs.
What did he win?
There was a WASPA held, a Haverhill WASPA held, very, very recently. In fact, Tuesday evening. It consisted of 4 players. There were 5 players, sorry, but there was a joint 4th place for Mr. Peter Holmes, the friend of the show, and a David McCartney, who came in 4th place. 3rd place came in a Mr. Mike Williams, 9 points. Very well done. 2nd place was Mr. Joe Harrington. But 1st place, WASPA winner, champion of the night, the one, the fucking only, Jerry the Giant Harrington. What fucking about that?
The guy that steals all our ideas.
Steals all our ideas.
Hey,
First match
that
against
can't be
Peter
your
Holmes,
that,
1-0 by Jerry.
that can't be
Second
your
match.
result.
Jerry and Joe, 1-0 Jerry.
Yes, father
Third
against
match, Jerry against Dave, 1-0 Jerry. He's consistent. Slow and steady. 4th match, Jerry 2-0 against Mike. And the final match, well, it's a bye, 2-0. How do you get a bye for 2-0? Anyway,
somebody must
congratulations, Jerry Harrington. What about that? The only other results I have is the one and only Dave City legend, superstar, not legend yet, but certainly superstar, Mr. Gareth Christie.
That's the one I was going to ask you about.
Who, after a very, very tight 3-2, although a confidently gained 3-2 win over the one and only Steve Bennett, our Gareth is now top of the table on the Scottish Championship after the 1st round. Well done, Gareth. Ban, Babby, Dozy. And this is big news. This is big news. This will be for us now. For next week, you'll be seeing some of this. This weekend sees the American Subbuteo Association National Championships held this year by Outer Banks Subbuteo in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. And the lineup for that, the draws out, some tight groups, but they're all going. They're all going. Packy's going, Zach's going, our Brian's going. Fucking everybody's going. Paul Hayes.
Paul Hayes?
Paul Hayes is going. Of course Paul Hayes is going.
I thought you said everybody but Paul Hayes.
No! It was a dramatic pause to present Paul Hayes to the
Is
competition.
Varant Kakarian going?
Don't know. I hope so. He's fucking
Really?
lovely. He is lovely. Varant's one of the fucking good guys, isn't he?
Varant's a good guy. But before we go, we're lining up.
What's his video show? Loves the Yanks.
We're trying to line up a couple of yanks before the holiday silver in December. So
Yes.
hopefully we get a few on. Might have a few ones that have been on before, but we're going to go all stateside before the holiday silver, and then hopefully after the holiday silver we'll get the winner. So
And then we'll book our flights and we'll go to Columbus, Maryland,
I'll go there.
and play in the
And
Shrine.
the
I get
YouTube money
the
will
gush.
pay for it.
If I went down to the Shrine, I'd get the gush. If I touched the Shrine, I'd get the gush. Write my name on the board.
You go home and burn the
That'd be
shit
laying to
down.
me. That'd be laying to me. I wouldn't need to do anything else the rest of my life.
All I want to do is go and write my name on the board and walk out.
That's all I want to do. Get home.
Happy with that. Happy with that. Right, Bradley.
Mm.
As they say on oi, keep on flicking.
I'm flicking.
See you later.